Okay, welcome back to my new episode on T42 podcast. And this time around, I have Nick as my guest, where we met online on social media, where I posted on
Yes.
threads, I believe. And that's how you replied on my text. And I feel very grateful because I got to know that you are a Bhutanese living here in Dubai. And the moment when you said that you're from Bhutan, I'm like, oh, let's talk about this. Fun fact, I've always wanted to go to Bhutan, but I never get the opportunity to go to Bhutan because I think back in Malaysia, I don't think there's any flight to Bhutan or any direct flight to Bhutan. Yeah. So meeting someone here who are Bhutanese, obviously I want to know so many things about your country. Before you tell me about that, maybe you want to introduce yourself first. Go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Rini. Yes, number one, as you said, I saw your post on Threads. Well, I don't know, like a lot of scammers, I would say, like fake profiles on Threads I've been seeing. And when I saw yours, I'm like, okay, is it again genuine? I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, you thought
okay,
I
let
was a
me give
scammer.
a try. So I was like, let me give a try. You never know. Like, if it is a scam, the chat ends. If it
Yeah.
is not, something's
No
good.
harm. Yeah.
Yeah, no harm. So I'm like, yep. Fortunately, we're not a scammer.
Nope. Not at all.
All right, perfect. Then I think another common thing was about fitness that joined us. Yeah. All right. Talking about me, my name is Nick. I come from Bhutan. I'm here since 2022. What brings me here was COVID.
Huh?
So, yes.
What about COVID that brought you here?
Well, what happened was the borders, for safety reasons, the borders were closed until 2022 October, November. So, like, the movement were very limited and restricted. So, yeah, and the lockdowns were on and off, on and off, on and off. So, jobs, business, it was really a challenge. So I was like, okay, let me not waste my time because as you age up, you cannot be a trainer or something like that. Yeah, I mean, physically demanding jobs would be pretty much challenge as you age up. So I was like, okay, let me not waste my time. Let me figure out which country is open, which country is accepting the immigration and everything. So I figured out that Dubai has opened up pretty much quicker. So then I flew to Dubai.
So
Yeah.
when you said that border was closed, you're talking about within Bhutan itself, it was limited for you to move around, and that's why you decided to go out and move to Dubai.
Within the country as well, but also outside the country. So, for example, as you are aware that we border with India, we border with China on the north, we border with India on the south. So, even movement to these two countries was very restricted. So, you have to
Mm.
go through quarantine, like tests and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only way you can be out or in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like the movement and everything was very, very limited. It was restricted.
Mm.
And yeah, because of this, of course, the businesses and the jobs and everything was affected. And I believe like the
Of
COVID did
course.
affect the whole world, right?
Everyone.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
you're
it was
right.
just like safety measures they were holding up so that when everything settles down and it's pretty much good to like move and everything, that's when they open.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Interesting. So that's what brought you here to Dubai. Okay, let's just step back and talk about Bhutan itself, right? Before we talk about, how your life is like here in
Yes.
Dubai. Before we started our podcast today, I actually made a bit of research about Bhutan. It's been like, long time ago that I once know about Bhutan was because I watched a show, or I think I came across reading on Bhutan where there's a group of old people who actually live somewhere near the mountains who lived very long age. And that is why I got to know about Bhutan because of its lifestyle, because of its, well, I would say wellness lifestyle and, what they practice there. And fun fact is that Bhutan measures its country's prosperity by gauging its citizens' happiness level over economic growth through their gross national happiness. And that is why I want to know more about Bhutanese lifestyle. How is it like there? Especially, I mean, I don't think a lot of people actually been to Bhutan, but obviously they've heard about it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people know that They are very much based on nature. It's a place where if you want to have that wellness habits and all that, they do it there. But I'm pretty sure you can share about more of Bhutanese lifestyle in general.
Sure. So, yeah, as declared and as known, Bhutan is one peaceful country. And like, though it's a very, I would say, smallest one of the list on the list of the smallest countries in the world, but yes, it's one of the peaceful country. And yes, as you have heard it correct, over GDP, what we focus is we call it GNH. That's gross national happiness, which is yeah. Mostly it's for the well-being of the people. Politically, it's constitutional monarchy. So we have both democracy, whereby the rights of the people are given, alongside the ruler, the king. He is always the backbone of the country. So, I mean, it's a proud moment and a proud thing to say that I'm Bhutanese, because I hardly know like country. I mean, coming to Dubai, I have seen the sheikh like coming down and being humble and everything. Similar, like even our king, he gathers and sits with the people, public. Like, it's really down to earth. I mean, I don't know, like what word should I use? But
Hmm.
yes, it's very connected kind of family thing.
Hmm.
Coming to the geographical region, since it's on the Himalayas, so it's completely mountains and the valleys. Basically, every places, or I would say district or states, whatever, however you want to visualize it, it's a valley. So like left, right, front, back, everything. It's mountains,
Hmm.
and
Must be
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, it's green, and
Yep.
I feel bad I left green.
Now you're missing it.
Well, of course, I do miss every day, like, and I don't know, like, maybe since from a very childhood, I've been very close with the natures and everything. So this is something that really, really connects. Probably also it aligns with my zodiac sign, because being a Cancer, which is more of the nature person,
What is it? I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
it's
That's like a
really.
typical trait for a Cancer.
Yes, indeed. Like, what do you say this? The point whereby I collect myself is going towards the riverside, or, the dam area, something like that. It's
But
a challenge.
could it
Yeah.
be because you are Bhutanese? So rather than a zodiac, perhaps you are because you are brought up in such
Mhm.
environment. You're used to that. Maybe that's why you feel like you always need that connection with
Could
nature.
be, could be. It could be. It could be like this or that or this. So it goes
Yeah.
along. Like maybe both has the impact on me being this way.
Yeah. I mean, I can totally relate to you because like I'm Malaysian, I live in a tropical country. I used to go every weekend for hiking and go in a forest, go for a walk, and it's normal because we do have like like small forests in within city, and we can do that just within an hour or two, and we call that like a sound healing to nature.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like coming here, I feel like it's very different. I don't get that anymore. But I am pretty sure in Bhutan you do have all those things, rituals that it's pretty much normal for the Bhutanese to do it.
Yes. So, I mean, as again, a lot of people in Dubai doesn't know where Bhutan is. And me working in the fitness area, like I haven't met much of Bhutanese people here, but I mean, heard a few of them do work in the fitness industry. Like that's how I heard it from a client of mine and everything. So the thing is, like over here, like, it's been 5 years for me down here, and now the noise is so a part of my life. It has become a part of my life that one day a friend of mine, like three of us, we went out for just like cutting off the city and want to be like somewhere quiet.
Yeah.
The darkness where there was no light felt so dark and scary, which used to be a part of my life back home. Like, like we used to have power cuts and then like things like that. So
Mhm.
it used
Mhm.
to be a part of my life. And now it feels so scary. So it feels so, sorry, but disconnected, you know?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, yeah. And it's
It's definitely
Beauty,
a shift for you. I'm sure it's definitely a shift for you. I mean, it's been 5 years already, and then what you used to do back then is very much different than what you're experiencing now.
yes,
If we can also know, like, maybe for, like you mentioned, not many people know about Bhutan, and for our listeners, for example, if they want to know and they wonder how is it like in Bhutan, and like, we mentioned about nature and all that, but in terms of like lifestyle wise, is this something that you guys go for hiking? Is that something normal, or what are other wellness things that you do there back in Bhutan?
yes. So this is again another interesting question. Every people used to ask me like, okay, what's the speciality of Bhutan, or why should I go to Bhutan? You know, because I think few of them who know, they know from this our famous monastery, which is on the mountain, like on the edge of the mountain. Okay, it was like it's there is a whole history about that thing, and it's one of the place that tourists visit often.
Yep.
So yes, what most people ask me why you want to go to Bhutan, what I would say, it's again, Bhutan is called the last Shangri-La. So why? Yeah, the most important reason why you one would want to visit Bhutan is if you want to cut out the city life, you want to forget everything, and you want to connect with yourself.
Like a
So you don't
reset.
need a master, you don't need nobody. You just need to be with yourself, connect with your soul, connect with who you are. Like
Mm-hmm.
so,
Mm-hmm.
for that reason, you go to Bhutan. You stay
Mm-hmm.
there 1 week. I
Mm-hmm.
will guarantee you will deny the fact that okay, I want to come back to Dubai. I have to live my life. Like, let it be. I don't mind being a monk, and I live in Bhutan.
You know what? I'm worried. If I were to go to Bhutan, you know, whether I want to come back to Dubai or not after that will be questionable, right? I might
That's another
love
reason why I'm
Bhutan.
not taking a vacation back home. You know,
You haven't gone back. Oh, wow.
because
Wow.
I'm 100% sure that okay, it will be a step of hesitation with her if I would want to take a ticket back to Dubai.
Yeah, it's like a different place. And I also read that there's no the level of CO2 is literally very low there in Bhutan, or is it like negative because the way they
It's
absorb more
negative CO.
CO2? Yeah, it's negative instead of like what's happening here. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. So, but is it true that you grow up there, so is it true that people there live happily? Are they truly happy? I want to know that.
Well, happiness, it was a question before I came here to Dubai, you know? Like, am I
Okay.
really happy here? Like, what happiness is for me. So now it completely depends on how you would define happiness. Because, of course, to be happy in this current era, you need to have money. But people are super warm there. So I wouldn't say if you go and like something happens to you, like I mean, you lose your passport or something like that, you are not gonna starve because people are gonna like help you.
Mhm.
They are warm. They are very
Mhm.
warm. So yes, peaceful is one key to happiness. So if you are peacefully,
Mhm.
like you have maintained that peace into your like it's peaceful. It's peaceful, very peaceful.
Yeah.
So once I come to Dubai and I hear about like all these mishappenings in another like countries around like the wars and everything,
Mhm.
hearing all that, seeing how much cold people can be, and I'm sorry, but even living in Dubai, it was a challenge for me initially, knowing nobody, knowing nothing about like the country, you know
Mhm.
and trying to fit in was a bit of a challenge.
Mhm.
And after coming here, I'm not saying Dubai is bad, but after coming
No,
here
no,
and
no.
experiencing a whole different life over here,
Of course, of course.
it's peaceful. You are happy. Even if you have nothing, you still are happy over there
Mhm. Mhm.
because
Mhm.
you have the warmth, you have the people who would be around, like,
Mhm.
and mostly because it's also my home country, I feel that thing. But even for tourists, like you meet any tourist who have been to Bhutan, they will not say that okay they've been mistreated or they've been cheated or something like that. So they will always
Mhm.
say that okay, people are helpful, people are warm. Yeah, the country is happy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, when it comes to happiness, it's very subjective. But I also believe that, like for Bhutanese, because they are also, considering that the country is very peaceful, the people are generally healthy, I would say, and therefore, the level of happiness definitely increased, and that's why they're measuring the happiness level, right? And what we're talking about now, that the moment when you decided to move here to Dubai. Was that something that maybe you can try and recall the first time when you moved here in 2022? How was it for you? Was there something like, culture shock, the first few things that you saw back then that, probably was a culture shock for you?
Okay, so before the culture, it was the weather. Because when I came here, traveling to the airport from my home to airport back there, because it's in March.
Okay. That's not bad.
The
It wasn't
roadside,
summer.
sorry?
It wasn't summer yet.
No, no, no.
March was
It's
fine.
March. It's it's winter still there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the roadsides were still having snows, unmelted snows. And I wore like like the shirts and everything. On top of it,
Mm-hmm.
there was a sweater. And on
Mm.
top of it, there was a jacket. So
Okay.
it's cold, like
Okay.
cold,
From Bhutan, you were
So
wearing all that.
yes, in Bhutan,
Uh-huh.
yes. So when I was heading to the airport from my house,
Yep.
it's like fully loaded, and knowing that Dubai is in Middle East and it's warm country and hot in summer. So what I knew is like, okay, I don't need to pack up my jackets and everything. So what I did, I just took off my jacket over there, like left it there, said the goodbye. And yes, fast forward, coming out in Dubai, I felt like, okay, came from a refrigerator, entered an oven.
My gosh. Yep.
I exit the airport and it's like, poof. I'm like, is this how it is in Dubai? And I was like, it's just March,
Mhm.
June,
Mhm.
July, August, yet to go, you know?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the funniest thing that happened to me, so I think it was the third day or like the first or second week of being in Dubai.
Okay.
I kicked a kettle, like the boiled water. It spilled all over my leg.
What happened?
The first thing, it spilled. I kicked, like, it's just like I haven't transitioned mentally yet,
Okay.
So when I wake up from my sleep or something like that, like when you're half asleep, you still back home and it's your room. You
Yeah.
analyze. And I kicked the kettle and everything
Okay.
on my leg. So I used to go to interviews wearing a proper formal shirt, da da da, and beneath is shorts and slippers. And interviewers, like, they used to look at me like, what's this? Like, are you out in a beach
Oh
or
my
you came
goodness.
to give an interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the starting times were a bit funny. Like it was a challenge initially,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
yeah, again, like there were things in my head, so of course, I had to
Over time, you got
accept.
used to it. Yeah. Yeah. In terms of like language, was that something that is easy for you, or what is the language in Bhutan, by the way? Do you have like
Okay,
your national
so
language?
we have a local language. It's called Zonka. That's the nation's language, Zonka. It's very within the border thing and among the local, like, if I meet another Bhutanese, definitely I can talk in Bhutanese. But it's just within the borders. So the good thing is, consider English as the second important language that we
Mm.
have to be like, literate on.
Mhm.
And it was not difficult because in Dubai, most of the people they do speak in English.
Yes.
It was not in terms of
So
language.
an
It
easy
was
transition. Yeah.
comfortable.
That's good to know. Yeah. So nothing much about the language, is more of like weather definitely for you, the
Yes.
first one, and getting used to like living here. But out of curiosity, like when you moved here alone, and how do you like keep yourself grounded, just to make Dubai feel like home, especially when you're away from your family, from your friends. When you first moved here, I'm pretty sure that's when you have to like start everything from scratch, even meeting new people. So what's your maybe your routine, things that you do to keep yourself grounded?
Okay. Talking about past, I used to do a bit of meditation. Like, I mean, because I come from a background of martial arts, so we used to train, we used to meditate, we used to train and everything. So Well, that actually kept me disciplined. I used to train myself, go train, and since I worked in a fitness field, so training people, yeah, it's like Dubai. Actually, it's challenging, but if you are someone who wills to learn from everything that happens in front, well, you tend to adapt. Like the country's speed is like 200,
Very
300
fast.
percent
Yes.
faster